surviving a dangerous flood. Surviving during a dangerous flood requires quick thinking, preparation, and staying calm under extreme stress. Floods can be unpredictable, and it's important to understand how to protect yourself, your loved ones, and find resources for help. Here's a comprehensive guide on how to survive during a flood. Remain calm and look for help. While the focus here is on surviving during a flood, being prepared beforehand significantly increases your chances of safety and survival. Know your risk. Check flood maps and listen to weather warnings. If you live in a flood-prone area, you should be aware of flood risks, evacuation routes, and emergency shelter locations. Create an emergency kit. Have a well-stocked kit ready with essentials. Non-perishable food like canned goods, energy bars, and dried fruits. Water, at least 1 gallon per person per day for 3 days. A first aid kit and prescription medications. A flashlight and extra batteries. A multi-tool or small utility knife. Fully charged power banks for phones and electronics. A battery-powered or hand-crank radio to stay updated on weather and alerts. Waterproof clothing like raincoat, boots, and poncho, and important documents in a waterproof bag. Floodproof your home. If you live in an area susceptible to flooding, take steps to floodproof your home before the storm. Elevate electrical appliances, seal doors and windows with sandbags or other flood barriers, and clear gutters to prevent blockages. Create an evacuation plan. Plan escape routes, identify local shelters, and make sure everyone knows where to go if you need to evacuate. When a flood occurs, the most important thing is to stay calm, think clearly, and follow survival principles. Stay informed. Listen for alerts using a battery-powered radio or your phone if service is available to stay updated on the flood's progress and any emergency evacuation orders. If you're in a flood-prone area, heed warnings about rising water. Don't wait until it's too late to act. Move to higher ground. If you're in an area that is flooding, immediately move to higher ground or to the second floor of a building if possible. If you are in a basement, evacuate immediately as this area is most prone to rapid flooding. Never walk, drive, or wade through flooded water. Even shallow water can be dangerous due to hidden debris, fast-moving currents, and waterborne diseases. If you can't find shelter quickly, use anything that floats, wood, furniture, or even plastic containers to stay above water while waiting for rescue. Protect yourself from waterborne diseases. Floodwaters can be contaminated with bacteria, chemicals, and other pathogens. Avoid contact with floodwaters if possible. Never drink water that's been contaminated by floods unless you have a way to purify it. Use bottled water or water from a safe source. Wash your hands with clean water as often as possible, especially before eating or drinking. If you must be in the water, wear waterproof boots, gloves, and protective clothing to minimize exposure to harmful pathogens. Flood situations can be highly stressful, but staying calm will help you make better decisions and conserve energy. Here's how to manage stress during a flood. Breathe and stay focused. If panic starts to set in, focus on your breathing. Take deep, slow breaths to regain control of your thoughts and emotions. Stay positive. Keeping a positive mindset can help with both survival and morale. Encourage your family or group to stay calm and reassure each other that help is on the way. Keep communication open. If you're with others, check in with everyone's emotional state. Create a plan for what to do in case you get separated. Conserve energy. Avoid unnecessary physical exertion. If you're waiting for help, stay in a safe location and conserve your energy. Keeping calm will also help you think more clearly. Floods can quickly disrupt infrastructure, so finding resources and getting help may be challenging, but there are still ways to increase your chances of being rescued. Signal for help. Visual signals. If you're stranded or stuck, create large signals like HELP or SOS, using bright-colored clothing, blankets, or other materials that are visible from the air. Use flares. If you have flares, use them to signal for help, especially during the night or in low visibility conditions. Sound signals, shout at regular intervals if you're in a visible or open area. If you have a whistle, use it to draw attention. Use technology to communicate, cell phones and texting. If you have cell service, call or text emergency services 911 in the US to report your location. Text messages are often more reliable than voice calls during emergencies because they require less bandwidth. Social media. If your phone can access the internet, posting on social media can alert others to your location. This can be especially helpful if you are in a populated area or near rescue groups. Head towards safe locations. Evacuate to higher ground. If floodwaters are rising and you can do so safely, move to higher ground or any nearby areas that may be less affected by the flood, such as a hill or a sturdy, elevated structure. Public shelters. If you're able to leave your location, head toward an official evacuation or shelter area. These shelters often provide food, water, and medical help. Look for rescue groups, emergency services. In many flood scenarios, rescue teams like firefighters, the National Guard, or other emergency services will be dispatched to affected areas. Stay visible, signal when possible, and remain patient while waiting for rescue. Local volunteers. If you're near an area where rescue operations are happening, volunteer groups and local organizations may assist in finding survivors. They might be providing boats, supplies, and first aid stations. Once the immediate danger of the flood is past, your focus should shift to finding long-term help and resources. Stay informed. Follow updates. Continue to monitor radio or news updates about flood recovery efforts, rescue teams, road conditions, and safety instructions. Avoid dangerous areas. Flooded areas can have hidden hazards like downed power lines, unstable structures, and contaminated water. Avoid going back to flooded areas until authorities say it's safe. Evacuate if necessary. Safe routes. If evacuation is recommended, follow official routes and listen to local authorities. Avoid using flooded roads and do not attempt to cross bridges that may be damaged or washed out. Seek medical attention. Health check. Even if you're feeling fine, get checked for potential issues like waterborne illnesses, dehydration, or injuries. Floodwater can contain harmful bacteria, so it's crucial to monitor for symptoms and seek treatment if necessary. Key takeaways: stay calm, don't panic. Staying calm helps you think clearly, conserve energy, and make better survival decisions. Move to higher ground. Avoid walking or driving through floodwaters, which can be dangerous. If you're trapped, move to the highest point available. Signal for help. Use visual or auditory signals to alert rescue teams to your location. Be persistent. Conserve resources, ration food, water, and energy. If you're stranded, make use of anything that can keep you safe and dry. Be prepared. Preparing in advance, by having an emergency kit and knowing the risks in your area, significantly increases your chances of surviving a flood. Surviving a flood requires knowing how to act quickly, stay calm, and make the best use of available resources. By following these steps, you can improve your chances of staying safe and finding the help you need. For more informative videos like this, please like the video and subscribe to the channel.